With more, here's Fraser Jackson reporting from outside the US Supreme Court.
Quite a big moment, but arguably something that we saw coming. When you heard the oral arguments about a month ago, it was kind of obvious which way this ruling was going. It was just a matter of time until that was handed down. And ultimately, it was almost a last-minute decision. We were made aware of this ruling very early on Sunday, just 24 hours notice given that a decision was going to be given. In some argument, they didn't say which one it was, but it was obvious it was going to be this Colorado ruling, and it is a significant victory for Donald Trump. All 9 justices at the Supreme Court behind me ruling that this was not an issue for the states, but rather something for Congress to decide, although even some of those justices stopped short of saying that themselves. They also steered clear of getting involved in politics, although the timing, you could argue that they did have an eye on the political calendar, given that Super Tuesday is tomorrow, and 2 of the states where Trump was off the ballot, in Colorado and Maine, are both voting tomorrow in Super Tuesday. Justices also avoiding a key argument by Donald Trump's attorneys that he was not listed, the president, as an officer under the United States. That was one of their key arguments, but that was ultimately dodged by the justices. And it's also not the last entanglements that Donald Trump will have with the Supreme Court in the next couple of months. There's, of course, perhaps the bigger question of his immunity when it comes to the January 6th federal case taking place here in Washington, D.C. That has now been decided. The Supreme Court will hear arguments on that. That's happening at the end of April. Almost a surprise to a lot of legal analysts that was going to happen, pushing back the start of Donald Trump's trial further. And that is definitely something that his legal team is wanting. Donald Trump, for his part, welcoming this victory on Monday morning. He said, "The unhinged Democrat plan to erase my name crushed and burned, but our fight to make America great again is far from over." But of course, his legal troubles definitely not far from over.